welcome back for yet another Icon video. Today we are dealing with number 45, BR number 45 that is. Specifically, it is a 1968 Ford Bronco that we tore apart, restored, and heavily modified into what you see today. So, do a little bit more on details. Instead of watching my head bobble around in the truck, you'll watch my head bobble around outside of the truck, but hopefully I'll do enough B-roll that you don't have to look at me too much. So let's start in the front. You know, when we were developing this, what was really crucial is we had to make sure we had synergy in sort of the nose read or personality of all the vehicles in the Icon line. So when you're trying to make a Bronco and a Land Cruiser and a Thriftmaster have some sort of family resemblance from the front, it's quite the challenge. But I'm happy with it. It came out cool, and it's obviously heavily inspired by the original design. But what we do is we come in and we cut out the sheet metal that is generally in this area. This piece is made by literally the #1 rock stars in machined aluminum. They do crazy projects for high-end furniture brands and Hermes and Apple and Mark Newson and on and on and on. So this starts as a 96-pound block of billet aluminum. They mill it down to about 26 pounds, and it's got to start that heavy because there's so much curvature to it that the original block's like super thick. But anyway, they do all this great texturing, and then we have this anodize. It's a double hard coat anodize, and then the ICON letters, obviously taking inspiration from FORD letters, but they're CNC'd out of stainless steel and then enameled by one of the suppliers that does Ford's enameling. Reason being, that red, that's a very specific red. Ford has their very own Pantone red. You know you're special when you have your own Pantone number. Goals. So there's that. And then the headlights come from our buddies JW Speaker. They're American-made LED. They really work out well. You get a good even light spread they have a combination of different optics, so you get a nice wide reach of light, good differentiation between high beam and low beam, but not the sort of blotchy hot and cold patches like you get with a lot of LED lights. For the winch, we worked with our buddies at Warren. I really wanted to hide the winch because so many times in custom 4xs, like the winch becomes the entire nose of the car or truck, and that just bugs me. So when I designed this bumper, I did it to encapsulate the winch, and I used the RC, what's it called, RC 8000, RC 9000, whatever. Super competent, and then we re-spool it. My buddies at Viking Off-Road supply us with the synthetic cable and then the Coolhaus Fairlead, and then this is CNC'd aluminum. We powder coat it in our volcanic black. For aux lighting, which is an option, but pretty much all of them have gone for it, we use these cool lights from Vision X. Super high output, but super compact, so they just sort of a bit more subtle in the nose. Moving on around the side, light guards. So we use the stock Bronco lights. We upgrade the bulbs to simply LEDs, but then I designed these light guards, which you'll also see on the rear quarter lights, and they just offer a little bit of off-road protection, a little bit of trim detail. For the FM antenna, you know, we're still running FM, and I think FM's days are numbered, but while we're running it, we like to use a flexi, because off-road, your rigid mast antenna is like the first thing that gets screwed up. Plus, it's super easy to just unscrew it and leave it at home if you don't like it. The, what is that, 3rd generation Icon Bronco badges, now Icon BR. And again, these are machined aluminum in the same surface anodized finish that we use up on the grill. Rear view mirrors, door handles, totally geeked out on those. They're an absolute disaster for CNC and for CNC tooling because they're machined out of stainless steel, which is just a train wreck, but they look pretty cool and they work well. Took inspiration from the original ones, but you know, it's an interesting thing with the Bronco, a lot of details on the vehicle were kind of parts bin sourced from other vehicles. So the rearview mirror, some of the lighting elements, the door handles, the lock knob, they were like from a Falcon or from a Bronco or from an F100 or whatever, and they didn't really kind of enhance the design language of the Bronco. So that's the approach that we tried to take to it, and like, what's the right design for the clunky chunky of the truck versus, you know, the big guys have to worry about the pencil pusher department, the accountants, who say, hey, you're not making that light. We already have one in stock from this other application. Deal with it and use it. So we're already so horribly inefficient. We have a little bit more luxuries when it comes to like trying to make the exact design that we'd see being the best. Speaking of such projects, the wheels. These are the Icon forged aluminum wheels. They're made here in Southern California for us. We went kind of subtle on the badging, so it's just ICON, quite small right there. And then they've got a really good, highly durable powder coat finish. And then we always run, they're 18s now, which we went to fit the big old Brembo sport brakes we developed with our buddies at Brembo. And then for tires, I love BF Goodrich. I run them almost exclusively on everything. So this is the new all-terrain TA, and it's a 285/65 R18. While we're down here, it's actually kind of a cool opportunity to see the inner fender, because for serviceability, we make this inner fender panel removable, and it attaches along these points. We haven't put this in yet because they're still doing the final exit inspection, so it's a good time to see further details in the bay. So PSC is our partner for the steering box. We're using all very Aeroquip and higher end compression fittings and stuff for all plumbing. Fox Racing, Eibach. Fox Racing in this case is the sport suspension, which is super cool. 2 points of adjustability, high speed and low speed, and that's a nitrogen charge within. The sway bar we developed again here in Southern California, and you've got Heims and you've got adjustability depending on where you mount the vertical bar, and it just helps control that front axle motion. Exhaust, you can see just a wee bit there. That's our ceramic coated exhaust. That's stainless steel and done for us by our friends at Borla. The whole exhaust system is food grade stainless, and in this case the client did the ceramic option coating, so it's all the way from front to back. For axles, we're running the Dynatrac. Specifically in the front is the Dana 44 Pro Rock High Pinion by Dynatrac. That's all new all the way down to the castings. Super durable, really nice system. We're happy with it. That has the ARB locking differentials, front and rear in the center. And then obviously the Brembo brakes as mentioned before. For all the joints, I kind of hate Heims. I only run Heims on sway bars or things that are very isolated from you. But when it comes to the radius arms, we're running Johnnies all the way around. They give you more rotation and they give you more isolation with the rubber insulators within. Plus they're stupid easy to service, so like side of the road on the trail, you can brush them off, take them apart, pee on them, and put them back in, and you're good to go. The rear axle is a Dana 60 Pro Rock High Pinion, bulletproof, super tanky, and again that has the ARB locking diff in it. And the brakes in the rear are 4-piston with a dedicated parking brake caliper that's mechanical, and the Brembos in the front are 6-piston. It's all T40, T41 hardware. Sexy stuff. The brake system nowadays, when you do my sport suspension, we power it with a Talon Hydro Boost master cylinder. I've been trying to get away from vacuum assist brake systems. I really find that the Hydro Boost is a better answer. Super strong, way more foot pressure and pedal pressure, more honest feedback from the pedal, which did not used to be the case when it came to these Hydro Boost systems. They used to feel really synthetic and kind of silly. On this one, we did conventional tinted glass. We didn't do our funky architectural glass at the client's request. See a little bit more here of that Borla exhaust system. We offer that in 2 different styles. We have rowdy and we have restrained. You can maybe see over here, that's a resonator. However, restrained is probably a strong word when it comes to a 5.0 Coyote. They're just loud no matter what you do. This has that ceramic coating on it as well. Kind of keeps it matted, murdered out, kind of cool looking, and way more durable, lasts a lot longer. Rear bumper system, it's built by us, developed, designed in Icon, and then made here in Southern California. The T-handle design, so many of these, they're designed with a traditional like that, and you come back and rip your fingers off, so I always hated that. Then we have an isolator here to control vibration and rattle, and then obviously the U-bolt on the handle is adjustable. This pivot shaft is fluted and braced on 3 axes all the way through to the chassis. So it eliminates all that wag wobble you see on a lot of spare carriers, and it'll shake the whole darn truck before you have any trouble. It has a ramped CNC plate over here, so when you swing it out, it'll cleanly come out, click in position. That prohibits it from going into traffic or coming back and damaging your tailgate. To close, you simply lift the pin and manually bring it back around. You'll also notice this is usually dead space in bumper systems like this, so we create a little storage bin section for you with drains. And then class 2 receiver, and in the case of this truck, the client requested the reverse camera. One of you more astute viewers had mentioned, well, that's stupid, because if you have a trailer on, you can't see. We have a damn good point, so we're updating that on the next batch of the FJ and the BR buttons, so it'll also assist you when you are docking your boat or what have you. Laser cut, 2 layers, welded, brushed stainless steel, just an opportunity for the Icon branding. It's kind of a cool look. More guards in the back, so CNC'd aluminum, powder coat finish, and they just protect your tail lights. Those light guards, by the way, we do sell on the site, so you're welcome to check them out. Let's go on through to the interior. Oh wait, before we do that, my third brake light, often overlooked feature of resto mods, but it seems pretty damn logical to me. We used to have those on the lift door, but we changed our mind and put them up top, frankly, because it was easier for us to install, but I guess I could also say it's more visible. I don't know. All right, let me take you through and show you the interior. So the inside on this one's pretty straightforward, Icon BR. You've got the water jet aluminum laser cut stainless Chilowich insert, double stitched armrest in the same Mercedes vinyl that's on the inside. You'll notice the door handle cup is CNC'd aluminum and powder coated. Same with the power locks. So we make it look analog, so it's power, but it's not plastic. So you still have this nice tactile knurled stainless situation going on. This truck's set up with the power windows, and it's the old school, the New Relics version, which is my favorite. So you simply nudge down for down and nudge up for up. And then you'll notice we have the Chilowich textiles. So that's the Mercedes OEM vinyl with the Chilowich weave on the seating inserts, and then the floor mats, which are rubber backed and then hemmed in the vinyl, layer of insulation sandwiched in between, and then Chilowich on top. So here, I did it column tilt, which is nice, column shifter, the Icon steering wheel, which we've been selling a lot of these on this site. Now they only fit a GM spline, but you know, with the I did it columns and a lot of customs, it doesn't matter anyway. For our production trucks, we doll that up a little bit with the pewter spun formed Icon Lizard. Dash pad is dead stock. You've got the MiG Jet Fighter Pilot LEDs, which are pretty darn groovy, and those really work nice and really well made. For the AC vents, we're running a Gen 4 vintage air AC unit. I recently updated to these vents because I like this push and pull, open and close, so it gives you max control over all your vents. Got the Icon Sport pedals on this truck, CNC'd alloy, textured for grip. We have the Icon Fire Extinguisher. The before mentioned locking differential ARB controls are right here. The Atlas twin stick T-case. And then dash controls, you've got lights, wiper, fan, vent, and temp. Got a little 12-volt power port right here. LED 140 degrees spread for lighting those buggers up. The Dakota digital gauges in, again, laser cut stainless and CNC'd insert. And then there on the passenger side, you have the matching glove box door. And then we hide the gear shifting instructions here on the inside. Glove box, and I mean glove box, it's pretty useless as you can see, but I felt better to sacrifice that space to be able to fit the best AC system in the business. Center console, pretty happy with these. So fabricated in stainless steel, then they are powder coated. You have this nice gas shock that controls how quickly the lid, well, I guess makes it so you don't have to yank the lid, and then holds it up when you need to be dumpster diving and digging with stuff. On the inside, you have LED lighting, Chilowich bottom to keep it from rattling too much. Then you have the audio control space, so that has its own security door, and then it has magnets to shut it up and keep it from rattling. Audio on this truck, we're running the AVIC Pioneer 8200 NEX, so that has CarPlay, voice to text, reverse camera, FM, HD, FM, CD, blah, blah, blah. This truck has the heated seats, so those controls are flanking the audio unit on the left and on the right. On the front plane of the console, we recently added this little contraption. So it's TIG welded onto the main box. It gives you your lightning or whatever standard micro USB connector for your phone and charges it. It's felt lined to keep it from making noise, but we realized with this console that a lot of times if you put your phone on the inside, you were screwed because of the quality stainless construction. It killed your reception. So we needed somewhere to put the phone. I was going to do a cubby up here on the front, but then it stuffed this too far forward and would hit this, and it was like a chain reaction I don't want to deal with. So we left the cup holder alone with the ABS OEM Ford liners, the pen holder, and then we added this cubby. So it keeps your phone kind of right where you need it. The ergonomics are really good. Recently we updated the rear view mirrors, so that's powered self-dimming. I really dig it. The visors are super cool. So these are the new Icon branded ones. They're made by our buddies at Rosen. They're intended for aircraft, so you'll see them like on Learjets and stuff like that. But multiple axis of rotation. They pull out so you can get your side block. You can go back to the front. They're just really well made. First, I don't know, 15 or 20 Icons we made, we didn't even bother with sun visors because we couldn't find any that were really that interesting. So if you look up, headliners, Alcantara, that's what we seem to use on all of these trucks. The seat recline, look down here, the seat recline mechanisms in my endless hunt to get rid of all plastic, we CNC those out of aluminum. The back seat on this truck is the 2-passenger tuck and tumble unit. It has its own 3-point belts that are mounted to the H-bar. And then there's DJ safety, super sexy, CNC'd hold downs in the rear, plus more cargo space, and then the floor mats are all removable, so it works out really well. LED lighting on the cargo panels, as you see. Another PowerPoint in the back, Focal audio speakers, JL audio for bass. The amplifier is hidden under the front seat. So as with all of the Icon BRs, we are running the Coyote 5.0 from the new Mustang GT. Excellent motor, just under 420 foot-pounds of torque. We recently redesigned the air intake box, so we're running the factory Mustang air filter, but had to redesign the box for our fit dynamics, which was a pain in the butt, because to get the airflow right and keep the mass airflow sensor happy was a brain drainer. But we're happy now, it worked out good. So this is all crafted in aluminum. Then we have flexible plenum where it mates the motor. Other than that, we pretty much leave the engine alone. We do a little bling bling here and dress this up, so this is machined aluminum. We also run machined aluminum hood spacers because the factory ones, well, they just suck. And then we convert to gas shocks so you don't have to deal with the prop rod. As mentioned before, there's the Talon and Willwood Hydro Boost Master. Here's something I don't talk about too much. So on the electrical system on these, we build our own harnesses. They're built for us by a great California electric company that does like earth movers and caterpillars and other weird stuff. So aerospace quality, the best cross-link wire, as you can see, contemporary fuses and relays, and then of course, well, not of course, I guess, a lot of custom car companies don't really think about it, but we give you the full identification of all circuits. So that's pretty straightforward, and then that's complemented by this one over here, which is a Ford unit that comes with the Ford Racing motor. and it's kind of a pain in the butt to open. But anyway, that's all the stuff related to the Coyote motor. Transmission in this truck is the Ford AOD automatic with overdrive, computer controlled. Really happy with that. It's been a great tranny, never had an issue. Of course, the transfer case is the Atlas 2's twin stick shift on the fly part-time four-wheel drive. Mouthful. Great unit, super robust. We do different ratios for low range, and then you've got high range two-wheel drive and high range four-wheel drive and low range four-wheel drive. So between that and the locking diffs, you've got a lot of control. And that's enough blabbing for today. As always, thank you so much for taking the time to watch our videos and get to know our brand. Icon4x4.com on the website. Phone number, old school, 818-280-3333. On Instagram, Icon4x4. On Facebook, Jonathan Ward. And on, what's it called? Twitter, I think it's Icon Design. Thanks again. Have a good day.